Okay, so let's look at part two of lesson 27. H radio or HBAR, should I say BABJ, HBAR 330. And this is for your Monday class on your public holiday that you need to obviously go through. Otherwise, why are we doing it, right? I would like to, let me just quickly see going ahead. All right, okay. Yeah. So I want to start over here, okay, with the class discussion. Obviously, there's not a two-way direction or two-way communication here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to plot out some ideas that you would you would also plot your own kind of like jumpstart your thinking in terms of constructing this 5 a.m. 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. morning show, uh, considering the current South African socio-economic climate. Come up with a pitch for a perfect Saturday morning show on 5 FM and justify your choices of benchmark features through the understanding of the audience. So I'm going to now just stop that share and just share a empty Word document. We can start doing this. So I'm going to say, let's do it together. 5 FM, Saturday morning 7 to 10 okay, to 10 a.m. In the morning. Okay, so show. Okay, we don't have to give a show name right now. What I want to do is predominantly I want to look at, let's say, the different aspects of the show, right? So like features that you might actually do, and then possible features. I would think probably about two features, maybe three features I might come up with as ideas for the show. But we can do like a bit of a mission statement uh, for a show. What we want to do? So I want to make sure that okay, the 5 FM audience, okay, the 5 FM audience is targeted at uh, targeted right, okay, is targeted at young South Africans, South Africans, okay, between the ages of uh, between the ages of I'm going to say let's say safely between 20 and say 30 years old with a cosmopolitan point of view. Politan, so I'll let autocorrect spell it for me. Cosmopolitan lifestyle or approach to life, approach to life. Okay, their yeah, their views are liberal. Views are liberal, uh, liberal, liberal, empowering. Yeah, right. And new trains of thought, trains of new mindsets. Yeah, new, fresh, fresh, and again, I could just take this, I suppose, better off the 5M site, but I'm just going to presume that I know a little bit closer to what 5M is about. New, fresh, and and a risk taker, taker attitude, attitude, liberal, empowering new, fresh, and risk taker attitudes. Okay, to how they tackle, take, yep, take on life. Let's say take on everyday, everyday life. They like to be informed. Okay, they like to be informed with uh, current news, current news. Uh, they are woke, woke, but also spend a lot of focus on recreation, recreational lifestyle, lifestyle. Looking at focus on fitness, fitness and health, fitness and health, health consciousness, 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 like and focus on fitness and health consciousness, right? Uh, fashion, social scenes, celebrity culture. Okay, and again, innovative, innovative approach approach to South African South African living. Right, just put it there. Save that there. The house 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. Okay, yeah, consistent. Um, pitch, pitch. All right. So then I would say, okay, what would I like? Maybe team, uh, make up the team construct, right? I was thinking, obviously, there should be maybe so it's two co-hosts, right? And let me just do this. So two co-hosts, right? Definitely nice to wake up to a bit of a vibe that isn't it's not over empowering. It's just cool and it's a nice, like I say, it's just a fresh way to start, especially a Saturday morning. People's attitudes are very open. They're quite happy because it's still a whole weekend to go. A lot of things to want to do on the Saturday and the Sunday, and again, just that break from work, right? So quite nice to be invited into a bit of a family, two co-hosts. Okay, one sports presenter, one sports, one news, obviously news presenter, or news anchor, right? Because it is SABC, so not two, only one. One sports presenter, one sports presenter, right? Will obviously, let's say that only will come in, I think maybe 7 to 10, maybe from I say 9 to 10 a.m. This one's definitely 7 to 10 a.m. Definitely, obviously, we might have then we're going to have the co-hosts 10 a.m. Right. Okay. The traffic will, if there is any traffic, whatever it may be, which I don't think there's a lot to talk about on a Saturday, and also not that important, then the co-hosts will cover that. Okay. So let me think of some show ideas. Also, just to kind of understand that we are. What I like is and again, I might not come up with the fanciest of feature titles, but I'm just going to explain them so that we can always revise this at some other point. You need to just get the gist of what's going on. Just in terms of obviously music, let's try to be a bit holistic here. Music. Okay, according to so that will be in accordance to format structure and playlists predetermined, obviously, like compiled music of the playlists. Right. Okay. But yeah, playlists. Okay. But okay. The playlist will be catered to more more of an upbeat upbeat tempo, right? Up tempo, right? Um, you know, again, not alternative, uh, very commercial. So more commercial hits, right? Because it is CHR station, right? Okay, and then the features as well can also be music oriented, music focused, very nice and easy, right? But obviously, a light balance of entertainment and news, right? Okay, not too much, as I said, because it is just it's not a talk show. It's a friendly welcome to the rest of the guests. So here I thought what would be nice is because normally a top 40. Well, let's start from the beginning. I like this. Your, yeah, the week in news. Okay, the week in, this week in news. Yeah, this week in news, according to you, according to to you. So this is okay. So listeners, yeah, listeners are invited, okay, to tell us their biggest highlights, highlights of their week, right? Their week week uh Yeah, biggest highlights. Listen to tell us their biggest highlights of their week. So not news stories, but the news in their lives, right? They can do that. That's a nice way to kind of start off the show. So that's definitely in the first hour. So definitely in the first hour, probably 10 to 1, like probably about quarter past, 20 past, quarter past, will probably do the throwout. Quarter past 7, maybe take that just after the news, or play it out just before the news, going into news, and moving forward from there. Thought another one is, and we'll do like I said, maybe three or four, five ideas for it. Definitely, we want to promote to the the upcoming top 40 show, uh, top 40 or top 20. I'm not sure what I think it's a top 40 show, right? Which starts at 10 o'clock, right? 10 a.m. Play out number one. This week's the current current number one hit on the 5M top 40 chart, top 40 chart, top 40 chart, right? And we do a nice cross promotion, kind of a tease forward as well. What we could also include in that to make it a little bit more, is that you can actually maybe play really interesting, entertaining or entertaining sound bites, right? Sound bite, sound bite, interview piece, interview piece, piece from, let's say, from the uh, top charting artist, right? It could be anything. Could be anything from, let's say, tabloid news, right? Tabloid news, interviews, um, things you didn't know. So uh, things we didn't know about them, uh, or commentary about that single, that one one single. Just give it a bit of meat, right? So it comes out really cool. Like I say, it's throw forward, but it's got some body as well, which is nice. And obviously, we'll just like push the socials, etc. Mm. Okay, another one would be quite obviously. So this also, I would tend to want either do it in the first or the second hour. second hour only because we have only 3 hours here and we don't. The top 40s normally start by playing the number one song. So we don't want it to be too close to 10 a.m. because we're going to start off with the number one song from last week and then get into the chart. So either first or second hour, nothing more. So in the first half of the second hour is where it would probably fit quite nicely, right? So let's do. So we should have. So we're gonna um, let's say do. I want to go. So again, I'm trying to think of the wording now, but we're going to touch base with with our local entertainment correspondent correspondent. Okay, uh, to talk about uh, all the freshest um, what to say freshest not news but updates on local and international celebrity gossip, right? Gossip. So what we'd like to do is make sure that this person is credited as obviously, you know, it's got some credibility, right? And they can be like a full on proper correspondent. We touch base with them. We can do it telephonically, right? Make a little bit of feature out of that. Nice for, like I say, nice for the second hour. Definitely. Let's do one more maybe for the third hour. We're trying to think of that particular lifestyle at that point. So definitely the shops are opening at 9 o'clock. Some people are not immediate shoppers, so they don't exactly start at 9 o'clock, but definitely they're on their way out. So a nice 10 to 1, a nice little music feature would work quite nicely over here. And I don't want to go for just request. I don't want to go for requesting. Just try to think a little bit out the box. Um, uh, mm, let me just think. I'm going to go with quite a basic one, but it always works. Uh, okay, so shit. Okay, all right. So I would say a theme based triple play. Something that we're going to start on our show just because everyone likes it. So every week, okay, we pick a theme based on the 5 FM listeners, life, and play out three classics, uh, uh, classic hits uh, that are under that relate directly to okay this theme. We can make it fun. So, example, um, for example, let's see. Okay, like maybe um, I don't know, having a what is it called? A wardrobe, like a wardrobe crisis, whatever it is, right? A crisis, or wanting at my best friend's wedding. Uh, best friend's uh, wedding, or wardrobe crisis. Uh, on Infinite Earths. No one will get that. Well, I think it's quite funny. Anyway, my best friend's wedding. Uh, it's actually just the best friend's relationship. Uh, maybe that's more apt because not a lot of people are in wedlock between 20 and 30. Let's just assume that, right? Let's do yeah. So let's go. Uh, 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 and, uh, me, all over it, all over it. It's kind of corny, but anyway, I'm just trying to. Oh, yeah. Let's do one more. Uh, um, I want to stop I want to uh, stop adulting. Right, it's cool. Yeah, right. So some some nice ideas and accordance, team construct, a mission statement for the show. And then again, we can become very, we can become very creative in how we do this. Right. Okay, I will share this. There's so much more, obviously. Please, just disclaimer. I'm just going to just write it down because just in case, no, like some disclaimer. Disclaimer. All right. Yeah. Dis, uh, disclaimer, please. Okay. Come on. This one, right? Hmm. Disclaimer. 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 This is not complete, right? Okay, but rather, okay, directing you, yeah, starting you off in the right direction. Uh, okay, so this is in accordance. Just want to make this again complete. So lesson 27. Uh, activity one, right? 5 FM. Yep, let's do that. One. Okay, so nice and complete there. Cool. Uh, right. All in accordance to their lifestyle and what they might need and might want, whatever it may be. Very kind of, again, kind of straightforward, not too complex, fun, again, informative, empowering, and obviously motivating them to just have a great weekend with 5FM. Okay. So I'm going to just close that over there. And I'm going to go back to share the screen. Make sure I do the share the sound because I'm going to get into a mission statement video. All right. Okay. All right. Yeah. So let's just see. I think I'm gonna rather. Yeah, can I play it from here? Let's see. It worked last time. I just want to make it bigger. Mission statement values. Worked last time. Let's see.
When we talk about the future, strategy becomes a dynamic concept, which allows top managers to define goals and objectives for the future and outline how these goals and objectives will be achieved. A great way to formalize a company's purposes, goals, and values is to have formal mission and vision statements. Both are related to the main reason a company exists and help stakeholders understand and keep that reason in mind. Okay, so the mission statement addresses the question, why do we exist? Or what is the fundamental reason for our organization's existence? And the vision statement describes the desired future position of the company and answers the questions, what do we want to achieve in the future? And who do we want to become? When trying to define the vision statement, we should include specific goals and objectives. Goals help companies define what they want to achieve, while objectives are the specific actions and measures for attaining these goals. By setting goals, managers commit themselves to a concrete course of action that would allow them to accomplish the company's vision. Goals can target different areas like growth, profitability, retention, efficiency, or customer service. Usually, goals are expressed as a percentage. When considering financials, a company's goal could be to increase revenue and decrease overheads, which is stated in the following way. increase revenue by 10%, and decrease overheads by 5% in 2017. An example of an objective that will help you achieve a 10% increase of sales is acquiring 5 new customers every month. Reducing overheads can be achieved by finding new and less expensive office premises, or maybe outsourcing activities. Both are specific objectives that might allow a firm to reduce its overhead by 5%. Another important question companies should answer is, how are we going to behave and what do we believe in? Maximizing profit is important, but it is also important to uphold certain values and principles. This is why most organizations have a set of values they stay behind. The role of this statement is to define the firm's values and place constraints on how the organization pursues its goals. This can be important for the talented individuals being recruited by the company. Usually, they're not only interested in large compensation packages, but also want to work for an employer that is socially responsible and believes in integrity and business ethics. Right. Obviously, it is not hard to find a firm's mission, vision, and values. All stakeholders can access these statements easily. Just open a company's website and click around. You can locate them in no time. All right, it's time for a few practical examples. Let's look at the way some large corporations have stated their mission, vision, and values statements. Some firms are very specific when defining their mission statements and clearly express why the firm exists and what kind of services it offers. To build the web's most convenient, secure, cost-effective payment solution, PayPal. To accelerate the advent of sustainable transport by bringing compelling mass-market electric cars to market as soon as possible, Tesla. These are the missions of PayPal and Tesla. Both companies have a mission statement that is laser-focused, a statement that isn't ambiguous, is to the point, and indicates the company's main purpose. But that's not always the case. The mission statements of other companies show the business strategy their organization follows. The two examples you see here show that Walmart and IKEA follow a cost leadership business strategy. We save people money so they can live better. Walmart. At IKEA, our vision is to create a better everyday life for the many people. Our business idea supports this vision by offering a wide range of well-designed, functional home furnishing products at prices so low that as many people as possible will be able to afford them. There is a third type of mission statement as well that is polar to what we've seen so far. Some companies are too vague in their mission statements and do not present the market scope of the business. To be a company that inspires and fulfills your curiosity. Sony. It is our mission to continue to authoritatively provide access to diverse services to stay relevant in tomorrow's world. Guess. Not very clear, right? The same reasoning applies to selecting the vision statement. It needs to express what the company wants to achieve. The best vision statements are concise, clear, and inspirational. Here are examples of clear and memorable vision statements. To provide access to the world's information in one click. Google. To create economic opportunity for every member of the global workforce. LinkedIn. And here's an example of a vision statement that is too general and hard to remember. Our vision serves as the framework for our roadmap and guides every aspect of our business by describing what we need to accomplish in order to continue achieving sustainable quality growth. Coca-Cola. Okay, that covers mission and vision statements. Now, values. Let's look at the values of Facebook. These are the guiding principles for the company's employees. The company values are impactful, dynamic, bold, open, and socially responsible behavior. These are the 5 values that Facebook and its employees should stand for. Defining these principles helps the company communicate to its employees what the organization stands behind and how it intends to do business. It is interesting to see how different companies understand the world, how they want to behave in it, and what they want to achieve. This is what we can learn by reading a firm's mission, vision, and value statements.
Okay, so that was insightful, and again, really getting you in the right frame of mind to start looking at station mission and vision statements. We'll look at a few in just a moment. I'm going to go to Google and we'll just Google like metros, Kai FM, Power FM, which are a couple that I know should have, I mean, are quite clear. All stations will have their mission vision statements put up to share with the public again, because we want to also be able to make sure that they uphold their programming in accordance to the mission vision statement that we obviously see in front of us and they've obviously shared with us, right? But if we have to look at more about that mission statement, obviously, why, again, just to circle back as to why it's important to our programming journey that we're going through right now, you can obviously conclude that quite, I mean, quite obviously that it's again it's a top-down approach, that ripple effect that it does have on everything that we do. So because the vision statement is the permanent one, right? And the mission statement is the changing one, as we've said before, 3 to 5 years will change slightly if needed, but 10 to 1 will be slightly changed by most radio stations and most companies as well, because there's different things that they want to focus on at different points, like in their lifespan, so the company lifespan, right? Successful shows are the result of crafting a personality into a brand. Most companies have a corporate mission statement that captures the essence of the brand, and so it specifies priorities and establishes standards to measure success. So it defines what you stand for and what you stand against. Okay, so making sure that we as a byproduct of the station, so our show as a byproduct of that station needs to reflect the station's ethos, right? So if the station is about empowering youth within, let's say, a cosmopolitan world, whatever. I'm just using kind of the what we use for the 5FM show. Then the 5FM show best be empowering and entertaining that youth within that particular context, and they can do whatever they want. I'm saying the presenter of that show can go and construct the show in whatever way they want, as long as it's in line with what the mission statement of that station is. Otherwise, why are you going to be this sore thumb that stands out? You stand out like a sore thumb, and you won't be allowed to. There's no station manager in this world that'll just allow a show to continue in its complete independence with its own its own little journey and its own little a separate brand or whatever it may be that breaks from the company mission statement and brand identity. Anyway, when writing a mission statement, everyone responsible for the show performance should participate, including the general manager, so your program manager or your station manager, the promotion team, the support staff, other personalities, and even the sales manager, right? So, mission statement for the station, right? So, we want to start with a list of ideas, objectives, strategies, characteristics, goals, and principles. Each list should lead to open discussion, reasoning, and debate. So we're going to let me just quickly let's quickly. I just want let me just quickly stop here. Just give me a second, yeah. Give me a second while I just go find. Let's say the 5FM one. Let's see how close I got in terms of the guesstimation. So let me just see here. 5FM. I know you can't see it right now. Uh, right. I'm going to open it up in just a moment. Get the stations here. Let's do Maya FM. And let's look at like a talk station, like 702. 702. Yeah. Media 702. Is that right? Probably. Again, you'll see in just a moment. I'll share the screen now. I should get to the right pages. So, let me share the screen now. Okay. Where would this one be now? So look, I would have thought they would have it quite clear. Let me see the FAQs about. There we go. All right, let's have a look at 5FMs. Mm-hmm. give it a second to load, obviously. While that one decides it's going to do its thing, let's look at maybe Kaya's. We also have it about somewhere here. There we go. Interesting. This one, come on, not a secure site. Come on, then. Anyway, let's see Kaya's for now, and then Primera Broadcasting obviously must. Let's go down here. Uh, okay, here we go. So something right up here in the front here. Okay, let's do 702 seeing as it's nice and short right here. So 702 is South Africa's biggest and longest running talk radio station, and for 40 years we've served our audience and have made a difference in the lives of our listeners. Yeah. So this becomes the vision statement. We don't just report the news, we make sense of it and hold those in power to account. We believe in the transformative power of information and dialogue and believe that access to different ideas promotes understanding and changes. Well, it's quite a nice one, right? We obviously love 702 when we're in the mood for it, right? Okay, but that's a nice, clear mission, vision. But it depends. I suppose I don't really state it here, but mission vision statement, right? Okay. So from the hard cutting, wherever you may be, Kaya 959 connects with our loyal listeners through a range of digital and on-air platforms. At the core of the listening experience is a variety of familiar songs that they love, including soul and R&B, quieter jazz, chart toppers, and old school jams. We bring them news that is relevant to conversations that inspire. Our presenters may have maybe big names, but out of the speaker, they're just a friend from around the corner. Very kind of generic. Sorry, just to put this here. They are authentic and relatable. They engage with the listeners on topics that affect their everyday life. Kaya FM or Kaya 959 is committed to ensuring that we portray a true representation of a listener's richness, depth, and diversity on the street, on the air. So this is where, that's where the vision statement the vision statement predominantly comes from. Perhaps a little bit of the mission here, only because it's not really stipulated which one is which here, which is kind of pro form in a way, but definitely this over here is theirs. Let's see if the 5 one eventually was just comes up. Come on, man, come on. Yeah. Yeah, while we do that, let's do another one. Okay, so let's look at power. Oh, I saw a nice one from power. And let's go to power. Driving being is just it's not happening. It's fine. All right, so let's look at there. We should say we should be at the bottom as well. About here we go. All right. So yes, I remember there's something quite nice. Okay. It's a commercial talk radio station. Yeah, here we go. No, and let's just read it. Okay. It's a commercial talk radio station licensed by CASA with the last frequency in, so that's not important. The station is owned, not important. The station consists of loyal listeners based who are here decision makers, conversation starters, affluent and influential entrepreneurs and business leaders. It's emerged as that's not really what I was looking for. That's changed. Okay, I did obviously look at this many years ago. I'm saying theirs in particular. It doesn't really say much more about them. Yeah. Okay. You get the gist of what this is all about. Let me stop the share over here. I'm just going to share back up on the slide. Excuse me, I'm just doing some water there. Okay. All right. So let's look at the next slide over here. All right. So in the mission, with the mission statement, things that you want to ask yourself, right, are the following. Like, what do you want the audience to say about the show 1 year from today? So this is a show-specific mission statement, right? So this will reveal characteristics, attributes, attitudes, and images the show will develop. So it will highlight what you promote, market, and measure. When passionate fans are asked, they should be able to describe what the show is about. Oh, it's like an entertainment show. It's funny. Oh, it's a great vibe, like a very informative, like business based, whatever. They need to know, like I mean, directly. Like if they don't know what the show is about, I don't really. They can't even give you one, like let's say one what is that adjective, right? Is it an adjective? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Yes, but a describing word, right? Okay, so to be able to kind of just say like label you under something, then you're not really doing a great job, I suppose, of making an impression. Weak shows lack a clear perspective. Their roles are vague, and they offer little reason to exist from the audience perspective. They're either here or they're not. Like I'm saying, the show can be either here or not. They don't really care. And as you said, that kind of apathy is the worst kind of crit or opinion that a listener can have about your show, right? What emotions do you want your show to like spark within this particular listener? Do the listener is going to be be passionate about being a fan? They're going to love the show because of what it does for them. Like on a daily basis. When I say a daily, like whenever they do listen to your show, they get like it makes them feel a certain way, right? And again, it's an enjoyable experience. In any and enjoyment can be obviously classified or defined in many different ways, right? So don't stop at what we want them to fall in love with the show. Press forward to identify exactly how you will attract them. Why will they fall in love with you? What makes you irreplaceable? So that's a difficult question, right? This is more not an answer, but an action, right? So you just show us why you are irreplaceable in their lives. Okay. It's a bit more, this is easier to maybe answer why are they going to fall in love because we are entertaining, we really do give you like the best freshest angles and conversations. We bring in guests that are they are in the crossfire of what you are literally talking about, worried about, concerned about, affected or influenced by, that type of stuff, right? How does each personality relate? Fill in the blanks from a listener's perspective. The show is, then obviously they say show name, is for me because what? Like, because it makes me feel good. It makes me feel um, independent. It makes me feel knowledgeable. It makes me ready for the day because it makes me laugh. What about the show is important to creating bonds with that audience, right? Um, let's go to some more and we'll close up this lesson, right? What will the audience remember about the show? Okay, so what is it going to be known for? Is it about the rapport between obviously teammates or obviously teammates? Is it because you are like you got the like I said the greatest interviews. When I say that, maybe not taboo interviews, you ask the questions that people don't like know they want answered, but no one else is asking. Is it the very professional, like slick, very um, uh, 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 or polished, right? A product that you are giving them, right? At the end of the day, is it the way that you relate to and speak to people? Is it the way that your voice inspires them? Again, I'm saying the same things because that is genuinely, these are the biggest things that will matter to a listener. What will make you famous, quote unquote, in other words, noticeable, right? What separates you from the competition and who is this show for? What is the line of good taste that'll never be crossed? So you know your limits, right? And you also, you're not going to talk about something or ever say something about something because that's just not you, right? And it goes against what you stand for as a human being and what you stand for your listeners' lives as well, for because you are the voice of the population and you know. like what is right and what is wrong. So what crosses good taste, and taste is very different from person to person, but we can all agree. Well, I mean, again, you have to be palatable or digestible, whatever it is, but to an audience. So if you don't fix yourself up and structure yourself in a way that is and is for the listener, right? And again, the voice of the population, then you're just not going to do well. With the mission statement in place, show ingredients are easier to create, and the show can develop characteristics or characters that make sense for that particular show. So we'll get the right people, as you saw also in that little document I wrote there for the 5 p.m. morning show. There are different people that contribute to the show, right? So we said they're like the expert entertainer, that entertainment journalist, and so on and so forth, because that's the type of person that needs to add to the culture of the show, right? The footprint of the show, the brand of the show, and again, the vision and mission statement, right? So for you, you need to come up with a mission statement for a show. Keep in mind the following questions, right? What do you want? And this is something that, again, you need to go and do, and we will look at again together. I might, because I'm going to do a little bit of a practical, like a short practical, just to kind of to add to this particular lesson, just to add to that ongoing snap prep sheet or snap content sheet. I'm going to just expand on the interviews, right, on the interview section in another video, separate video, right? But 10 to 1, when I see you again, we'll probably look at defining different shows, right, that you are going to be doing on air, and then answering these questions. What do you want from wanting to say about the show 1 year from now? What emotions will your show target? How does each personality relate? What will the audience remember about the show? What is the line of good taste that will never be crossed? So all the questions that we just had there, in a nice formalized structure. Good. Hope you learned something.